Let me ask you a question.
All right.
As a professor, I often struggle with two different kinds of students that come to college. One of those that are sort of intrigued by academic work, think it is, obviously that's what you do in college, but when they get there and start doing it, all of a sudden the work is a lot harder and more distasteful, and they kind of start finding all kinds of ways of getting, of putting work off.
Yeah. Well, one of the questions that people have, and I think this is related to what you're saying, is academic work actually work?
Right.
You know,
Exactly.
is it the real deal?
Yes.
Right. And I think it can turn into something that's not the real deal if it's divorced from the rest of life, like we've just been talking. But you can tell that academic work is genuine hard work by how easy it is to be lazy in it. Right.
Yes.
If it were not work, laziness doesn't pertain. You know, nobody says that well, I haven't eaten enough Cheetos today. I'm really being lazy, or I haven't watched enough daytime television. I'm really being lazy. Slacking activities don't present the temptation to veer away from it into laziness, but academic work presents that problem within the first week. So if someone doesn't have discipline, moral disciplines, physical disciplines, if they're not disciplined in their mind and heart and soul and they come to school, it's not sitting around inside in comfortable temperatures reading pleasant books. It's work. And you can tell that it's work by how by the abandonment of it, which happens to a certain kind of person, and not surprisingly, it's the same kind of person who would have problems chopping a cord of wood.
Sure. No, there's another kind of student too on the sort of flip side of that, which enters into college life and finds just the thing that they were looking for. The sort of problems that that is just up their alley, and you know, there are all kinds of good sorts of doing that. But what are the dangers of that a certain person who's really good at academic work has to be aware of?
Well, basically, balance. So you want to make sure that you work hard, go to bed tired. You don't define your hours by union rules. It's it's not 40 hours a week, but at the same time, it's not 20-hour days 6 days a week, or 20-hour days 7 days a week, all focused on the same thing. You want to have one of NSA's mottos is work hard, play hard. You want to work hard as the kind of person who has a life. You don't want to work hard because you're the kind of person who's forgotten what life is for. And so this is where the famous workaholic, he's spending all his time getting papers from this side of the desk to that side of the desk because he's task oriented, and he's working really hard, but he hasn't done the sufficient background work of asking, why am I getting papers from this side of the desk to that side of the desk? So I can earn a paycheck, so I can feed my family. I think I remember what they look like. Well, if the whole point of doing this is to be a minister to your family, but you're neglecting your family, then you're trying to dig a hole and fill it at the same time.